Welcome to Talam Learn English.
The children's nanny is called Nana, and she's a big Newfoundland dog. Her kennel is in the nursery, and she is a wonderful nanny. She loves the children, and the children love her. One evening, Mr. and Mrs. Darling want to go to a dinner party. They have their best clothes on. "Nana, it's time to put the children to bed," says Mrs. Darling. Nana goes to the bathroom. She turns on the hot water for Michael's bath. She puts her paw in the water to check the temperature. It's perfect.
"I don't want to have a bath,"
says little Michael. Suddenly, there's a noise. Mrs. Darling sees a young boy outside the nursery window. She's very surprised. Nana barks and shuts the window quickly. The boy's shadow falls on the floor. The young boy flies away. "Who's there?" asks Mrs. Darling. She opens the window and looks outside, but she sees nothing. Then she sees the boy's shadow on the floor and says, "Poor boy, this is his shadow. Let's put it in the drawer." The children are in bed. Mr. Darling takes Nana to the garden. Then he goes to the sitting room and waits for Mrs. Darling. Mrs. Darling sings to the children, "La la 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 la," and kisses them. She's a perfect mother. Soon the three children are sleeping. Mr. and Mrs. Darling go to their bedroom. They put on their coats and go to the dinner party. Chapter 2. The Shadow. The children are sleeping and dreaming. Suddenly the window opens. A small ball of light enters the nursery and flies around. It is a lovely fairy called Tinker Bell. She is looking for something. After a moment, a young boy enters the nursery and says,
"Tink, where are you? Please find my shadow."
Tinker Bell finds his shadow in the drawer and gives it to him.
"Now I can stick the shadow to my feet with some soap,"
he thinks. He tries and tries again, but he can't. He is very confused and starts crying. Wendy wakes up and sees the boy, but she's not afraid. His clothes are made of leaves.
"Little boy, why are you crying?"
Wendy asks. The boy takes off his cap and asks,
"What's your name?"
"Wendy Moira Angela Darling. What's yours?"
"Peter Pan."
"Is that all?"
"Yes."
says Peter. Then he thinks,
"My name is very, very short."
Suddenly, they hear the voices of the pirates. Nibs is very brave. He goes out, hides behind a tree, and looks around him. He sees the horrible pirates. They are walking in the forest. They are big and ugly. Their pirate ship is the Jolly Roger. The pirates' captain is James Hook. He is a cruel pirate and a very bad man. He's got black eyes, black hair, and a black beard. He hates Peter Pan. He's only got one arm. The other is a hook. In the past, Peter Pan cut off Captain Hook's right arm during a fight. A crocodile ate the arm. Now the crocodile follows Captain Hook everywhere because he wants to eat him. The crocodile has an alarm clock in its stomach. Captain Hook can always hear it.
I know the lost boys live in this forest. We must find them and Peter Pan,
says Captain Hook.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Captain Hook hears the alarm clock.
Oh no, the crocodile is coming to eat me,
says Captain Hook. He runs away and the pirates follow him. Soon, some Indians arrive in the forest. They are looking for the pirates. The pirates are their enemy. Tiger Lily is their leader. She is the beautiful daughter of the Indian chief. She loves Peter Pan. Tinker Bell and Wendy love him too. The Indians go away, and the lost boys return to play in the forest. Then Nibs looks at the sky and says,
Look, there is a lovely white bird in the sky. Is it really a bird?
the lost boys ask. Tinker Bell says,
Yes, it's a bird. It's a Wendy bird. You must shoot it.
Sometimes Tink is a bad fairy. She knows it is Wendy, but she doesn't like her.
In the big city of London, there are two parents. They are very sad because they cannot find their 3 children. Every night they leave the nursery window open. They wait and wait for their children to return, but they don't return. Poor parents. They are very sad without their children. Oh, Wendy, this is a story of our parents,
says John.
Yes, it is,
says Michael. Peter listens and says,
Sometimes parents forget their children and other children take their place.
Wendy is very surprised.
Oh, no,
She says,
Perhaps there are other children in our beds. John, Michael, we must go home. Do we really have to?
ask John and Michael.
Yes, we've got to return home.
The lost boys are sad and say,
Oh, Wendy, please don't leave us. Don't be sad. You can come and live with us in London,
says Wendy.
Oh, how wonderful.
The lost boys say.
We can have a real family.
They jump up and down with joy. They dance around the room. But Peter is not happy. He is very serious and says,
I'm not coming with you to London. I don't want to grow up. I want to be a boy forever.
Everyone says goodbye to Peter.
Bye-bye.
Outside, the pirates are waiting for them. The children come out of the underground home and the pirates capture them. Then they take them to the Jolly Roger. They don't make any noise. Peter doesn't know where they are. He is sad without Wendy, John, Michael, and the lost boys. He sits and thinks.
Tap, tap, tap.
There's someone at the door,
Who is it?
asks Peter. He can hear the sound of little bells and opens the door. Tinker Bell flies in and says,
The pirates have got Wendy, John, Michael, and the lost boys. They are in danger. Let's help them.
I must save them. Come, Tink. Let's go to the Jolly Roger. This time I must attack Hook.
There is a yellow moon in the night sky. The Jolly Roger is in the bay near Kidd's Creek. The children are on the pirate ship. They are prisoners of Captain Hook and his cruel pirates. Captain Hook looks at them and says,
This time it's Peter Pan or me, you idiots. Peter Pan can't save you now. Ha ha ha.
Hook laughs and then calls Smee.
Smee, get the plank ready.
Yes, sir.
Says Smee.
Now listen to me.
Says Hook.
You must all walk the plank.
Walk the plank?
Asks John.
Yes, First you walk the plank, and then you fall into the sea with the crocodile. It will eat you. Ha ha ha.
Laughs Hook.
But I can save two of you. I want two young pirates. Who wants to be a pirate?
The lost boys look at John. John looks at Michael and says,
The life of a pirate is exciting. I don't want to walk the plank.
The lost boys look at John. John looks at Michael and says,
The life of a pirate is exciting. I don't want to walk the plank. I don't want to be food for the crocodile. Let's be pirates.
Michael looks at his brother. Then they look at Wendy. She doesn't like their idea.
Ha ha ha!
Captain Hook laughs and moves his hook in front of their faces.
Do you want to be pirates? Yes or no?
He asks. John and Michael say,
Never!
Captain Hook is angry and says,
Then you must walk the plank and die.
Wendy is afraid. She loves her brothers and the lost boys. She has tears in her eyes. The boys stand near the plank, and Wendy watches them. A pirate asks,
Who is the first to walk the plank?
At that moment, there is a loud noise.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Captain Hook's face is white. He says,
The crocodile is here. He wants me.
he runs to his cabin and hides there.
Who is the first to walk the plank?
Asks a pirate.
Come on, let's go. The crocodile is hungry.
Suddenly, Peter Pan appears on the pirate ship. Tinker Bell follows him. Wendy and the boys cheer.
Hooray!
They are very happy to see their young hero. Hook and his pirates are furious. Hook takes his sword and says,
I want to fight you, Pan. Tonight you will die.
Hook fights with his long sword and with his hook. Peter fights courageously. He pushes Hook to the back of the ship. It is a terrible fight. John, Michael, and the lost boys fight the pirates.